What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back after a couple days of inactivity. Listen, on Monday stream, I thought I was having allergy problems. Turns out it was the beginning of the flu. So I was out of commission for a couple of days, people. That's why you haven't really heard nothing from me along all the transfer links and everything else. So we'll just go through it today. And actually, there's more up-to-date news today that we can get more thoughts about him today, including Willy Gnonto, who I wanted to speak about. But Daniel Farke just spoke about him there. And when I see Daniel Farke and when I hear him talk, I hear a smart guy. I do. I hear a smart guy. He kind of echoes a lot of things that I say, a lot of things that I've already said on here. And it's reaffirming to hear him from a professional football manager. Now, not to say I'm a professional football manager, but I'm close. Nah, I don't know. Football manager don't count, does it? But listen, listen, on Tuesday, from like midday, I had a meal on midday Tuesday until Tuesday, then until Wednesday morning. I was gone. Tuesday was a myth. So yeah, you can probably hear I'm still a bit hoarse and everything else like that, but I will do my best to get through. Tuck saying a logical balance view here. That's what I try and give, Tuck. It's not appreciated by a lot of people, by the majority, I should say, but I'll always stand tall. I will always stand tall. Eloquentry here. He's very open, and I love that. He almost said the line, didn't he? The line that I always say on here, innit? You can get a second chance, but a third chance, you know, a third chance. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me three times. Well, then I deserve to be fooled. Then, you know. Richard Lewis, KG with the man flu. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, listen to all the ladies and women out there. They will just be rolling their eyes at this. They know what happens when men get flu. You know what it is. We're incapacitated. We can't move. You know, they're moving all around during their monthly cycles and everything else like that. And we're just, it hurts. But listen, it is what it is, man. I can't help it. I can't help it. Sai saying, afternoon, Mr. KG, in Daniel we trust. Listen, I fully believe in this guy. And you know what? You can only go by feeling. But when he talks, I just see in him that he knows what we need to do, but he needs the tools to do it. You know, he can't do it without the tools. And it does sound like we've got things in motion and we're going to get through them today. Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's a real thing. Apparently, scientifically, it's proven. But, you know, who am I to say? Gary Theakson with a super chat. Thank you, Gary. I love Farke. He handled Gnonto like a pro. This sends a message to all that he's a man not to be messed with. Top man respect. So many things, Gary. I mean, there's so many things, and we're gonna go through it because I got Phil Hayes' transcript there. There were so many gems in there. There's so many things in there, but it was just the whole thing. There was the hard line of don't let this happen again. There was also the line of he's made mistakes. 19. This is something I said on the very first stream of when he refused to play. This is exactly what I said. I said he's 19. Who out there that's older than 19 has ever said they've never made a mistake before? There's hardly any of you, unless you're that perfect, and fair play to you if you are. But you would have made much bigger mistakes than refusing to play for a football club. I'm sorry, you will have. Now, the question was also asked about booing and everything else like that. I fully expect him to get booed for a while. It wouldn't be a surprise to me. Listen, he's got the choice of being booed or having his Willy sang about. It's not much of a pick, is it? You know, which choice would you want? But he will get booed, and I think he Daniel Farke and all the players will accept that. He's apologized to them, and for me, I wanted to make it clear as well. I'm not looking for an apology as a fan. I'm really not. I don't really care. Willy Gnonto or his PR team, if they put out apology, makes no difference to me. But he is a win or lose situation with that, with the people that demand an apology. They'll just say it's hollow words. If he doesn't apologize, can't believe he hasn't apologized. You know, it's the era of let's complain for the sake of complaining. My thing is, I want to see him go on the pitch and say, this is why I was angling for a move to the Prem. This is why I'm an Italian international. This is why I'm too good for this league. That's all the apologies I need. I don't need any words. People, we've had enough words over the past 2 years. We've had, you know, according to the timeline, people, this season, we should be in the Europa League around about now. Remember that? Enough with the words. Let's see the actions on the pitch. And, you know, he gets goals, assists. It will all go away. That's how football works. and Daniel Farke pretty much said the same thing. Nice to see Sinisterra's back in. Totally changes my outlook, and we have a little matter called a football game ahead of us. But yeah, exactly, Jed. It is damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you're not going to win on that side. But I don't get as fans what you need. I mean, I don't know if it's going to help you sleep at night if he gives you an apology. The best apology is performances on the pitch, and that's what we need out there. Let's get into this, because honestly we got a lot to get through, people. So I hope you settled in. I don't know how long this is going to be, but we got a lot to talk about in this one. So let's go to Daniel Farke's comments today, because he's a wizard, man. I'm drinking the sauce, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So this was just on hopeful that he'll keep Sinisterra. He was just saying, in this crazy world, there's no guarantees that if a big offer doesn't arrive, he did mention Real Madrid, but we need quality for this player. And listen, if City's staying and Gnonto's staying, as well as the potential new arrivals, I might join Nate and say that we might be going top 2. You know, one of those. I don't know, man. I don't know. But listen, I'm joking. I'm joking. We'll see what else they add. But let's continue down. Let me get to this. Daniel Farke, I can totally understand why the head of a young boy was attracted by an offer. We would have wished that he would have behaved in a different way, but I can understand why his head was a bit gone. But it doesn't mean we have to accept it. You get a second chance, but there is no third chance. We had to work hard to earn all the. He had to work hard to earn all the trust and love and support. The ball is now in his court. Beautiful, beautiful. Honestly, that is it. Beautiful. There's nothing else to be said. The more that you got along this line of this kind of thinking, this professional thinking, and about doing what's best for the club, the better than the passion merchants that say, just sell him to anyone. Because I tell you, another good thing as well, which people won't see now, but they'll see in the long term, is this is brilliant for Leeds United. We have stood firm for the very first time in recent, from what I can remember, in recent history, about not selling a player. Do you know how rare that is? We have now stuck to our guns and said, no, if you can't meet the price that we demanded, he's staying here. No matter what, we've kicked him out. He's out first team training. He's training by himself or with the under 21s. But if you don't meet the price, he's staying here. The word gets out. The word gets out, people. and that's an excellent thing for us. It really is. It's nice to see that for me. Pete saying Farke has been listening to your channel, KG. Honestly, there were so many things that were so similar. That's probably why I could relate to it so much. Let me just get a sip of water and carry on down. Farke on criticism of Gnonto. We must not forget that we are talking about a 19-year-old and he was distracted by offers. The reality is, when we are playing in the championship, but you have to show some steel. Not to play is not acceptable. And again, laying the groundwork there, you cannot refuse to play. And that is fair again. That is completely fair. He also did mention a few times, I don't know if Phil covered it here, about about him getting bad advice. Oh God, hold on a minute. Oh Lord, maybe I've come on a day too soon. But he mentioned about bad advice, and this is something I mentioned last week when I was talking about the El Ghazi link. In that, when I mentioned this agent's name to the guy I was talking to, he went, "Oh, that guy." I went, "Yeah, that one." So he knew. It's a mix of everything. And what else is there? Oh yeah. So Sinister is back with Gnonto. Oh my God. Oh my days. I'm struggling. Which is a big boost. Dad James is a slight injury now. That's the bad news. Oh my days. Hold on a minute, guys. Yeah, I'm trying to speak, but it's not coming out. Okay. I wish that was true, Mr. Tom. I wish that was true. Listen, all the comments about Amiri and Piroe, we'll get onto that when we go onto those segments, if I can get there. But yeah, basically, Gnonto and Sinister are back. Here I am. I'm back again. Dan James, slight injury down. I'm disappointed with that because I wanted to see if Dan James could possibly do it 2 games in a row. But maybe he'll be okay. Maybe he'll be okay by the time the game comes around. We'll see. He hasn't been ruled out of the game, but he's a slight injury doubt. But I want to see if Dan James can get consistency at this level. I'll be all right, people. Don't worry. Yeah. I know. I'm back though now. I'm back. I'm alive and kicking. Just a little bit of a struggle, but that's what you get with live streaming, man. You get it all. I haven't done that all day today, and then as soon as I come on live, yeah. But yeah, so that was the main bits of it. Of course, he didn't speak about transfers, and there's no surprise there. Shall we go on to Piroe? Shall we go on to Piroe next? Yeah. I don't think I'm quite there yet, Marcus. I don't think I'm gonna die. I don't know what's happened there. All right, let's go on to Piroe next. Let's do that. Let me try and get through this as quickly as possible. So yeah, the whole Joel Piroe thing, come about a couple of days ago. And now, if this was a couple of days ago when I was talking, I would have told you this Joel Piroe thing stunk of Swansea leaking this out because, and it comes out today actually from a Swansea reporter that he refused to sign a contract earlier this week. So it marries up with that because there's no way that Leeds United's bid would get out without it being from the selling club. They obviously wanted to try and start a bidding war. He has had interest in him from a few teams, but it seems at this stage that Leeds United have won the race. Now, I've seen it in the comments. I see it from a lot of people. Everyone is scared after the Max Aarons deal. I'm not at that stage yet where it's happened once and I'm going to get all shy about a prospective signing not wanting to come here once they're doing a medical. I think this one is pretty much done. How about that? But I guess there is a double-edged sword in that we've just had that with Max Aarons, and also we've had dodgy dealings with Swansea before, haven't we? So, but with everything, nothing is done until they holding up the shirt and a welcome video and everything. Because we've also had the welcome in holding up the shirt too. So it just shows that we have to go that extra step as Leeds United. But I think this one is pretty much done. But this is a good signing, man. Listen, for all the things that people keep on praising about our performances, the one thing that we haven't got, especially with West Brom and Cardiff at home, is the ability to unlock the door when it comes to defenses. We've been possession heavy, beautiful. Joe Rodon and Strauch in the last game, they're getting to know each other very well, passing it to each other, goes up to Byram. He can't cross with his left foot, so he cuts back into midfield. There's nobody there to pick the lock. There's no one there to be a focal point up front. Joel Piroe gives you that. He can do that. He can hold the ball up. He can cause havoc. He can create movement. He knows where the goal is, more importantly. So this is going to be a really, really good signing. And I'm very happy with this one. Very, very good. Happy with this one. People like the whole proven thing. He's proven at this level 2 years in a row. Good amount of goals over the past 2 years. And is it 12 million? It could be rising to 15 with add-ons. I guess we'll find out the fee when it's all done. But this is a good deal for us, people. Really, really good. And he knows how to smack the ball. That's what I like to see as well. Someone that just smacks the ball and accurately on target, which is always helpful. So yeah, Gabge, is Piroe a striker or does he play in behind? For me, he's not a lone striker, so he'd have to work in a two, or he plays just behind the main one. In my opinion, that's the best way you get the best out of him. I don't think you want to use him as a lone striker. I think he needs to work in a two or with one just behind him. And I think Danny Farke knows that, which is why we're working so hard to get a number 10 in. And I think that would be the best way to utilize him. Don't just leave him up there by himself, trying to be a lump all by himself. Utilize his ability, and that's the best way to do it. He works better in a two. So I'd expect him to play with a partner or with maybe two attacking midfielders behind him. And especially with Sinisterra back, Gnonto back, there's just so many options you can use there that you could possibly leave him up front by himself, because that's a different level of talent. Listen, let me make it clear, by the way, we keep Sinisterra. We've got possibly the best player in the league. I find it very hard to think of a better player than Luis Sinisterra in the Championship. That's a game changer, absolute game changer if he's still here. So there's a lot we can do with Piroe. But for me, as long as we can get him in the building, I'm all for it. Listen, let me know what you think. Tom here, KG, could you see him alongside Gnonto? What even alongside? Oh man, I forgot about Bamford. You know, I forgot about Bamford. But you know what? Bamford up front in a two. Listen, I'm always fair on here, but when him and Gelhardt were up front together in very sporadic moments in that one season where Gelhardt looked like he was going to break out, him and Gelhardt worked really well as a pairing. Again, I don't think Bamford can do that role up front by himself. So if he is to come back into the team, which it looks like he's going to, let's face it, people, then it could be Bamford and Piroe up front. It very well could be. And hey, listen, I'm not writing off that partnership yet. I know Bamford. Let me not. I'm not tracking anything I've said about Bamford. But who knows? Maybe a partner is something that he needs at this stage of his career and health. Let's put it that way. But then you've also got Jorginho Rutter that could play alongside or just behind him. There'll be some options there. And we still got Mateo Joseph to come back for me. And I still think he could be a little bit of a uncut gem in this team when he's given the run. It's just a shame that injury happened for him when it did. Yeah, exactly, Kaz. Yeah, maybe a Piroe partnership. Exactly. There's different ways, but as long as you get him in, that's the main thing for me. So we'll talk about this more obviously once it's done. I think that's safe to say after the whole Max Aaron's debacle. But yeah, I'm very hopeful that this one will get done. The same by the end of the week. Please, end of the day would be lovely. Huh? End of the day would be lovely. Stephen LC, unlock the door. I love that term. This could be a big day. Well, listen, let's move on to the other one. Because I mean, this let me give you the saga. Okay, let me give you the saga from start to almost finish, because it actually it's still in the middle. Okay, give it time. But Plettenberg, he's a good one actually. I'm not gonna roll on him. He gets a lot of stuff right. But in regards to Nadim Amiri, he's rejected the offer from Leeds as he wants to join Marseille, and that very well could have been true. Then you had a Marseille fan group come back and say, nope, as in like, that's not happening. And then Kicker reported later that Amiri agrees to join Leeds United. After a lot of back and forth, the midfielder, who was very interested in Marseille, has agreed to join Leeds United. Florian Plettenberg then comes back, turnaround. Amiri had rejected the possibility to join Leeds as he wanted to join Marseille, as reported. Leeds was informed about that decision, but Leverkusen and Marseille haven't found an agreement. Instead, Bayern and Leeds are close to find an agreement with the fee around 5 to 6 million in euros plus add-ons. Now, that for me. Now, listen, I just want to make clear the fact that he rejected us first. I hope that's not going to leave any bitter taste in anyone's mouth that we're the second choice. But I hope you can understand. You know, he wanted to join Marseille, Ligue 1, you know, European football. You get, you know, go to Reims, go to Rennes, Lens, you know, Nice, and all these places, or you go Plymouth. You know, I think you know, if you're not a Leeds United fan, I think you know where you go. Yeah, I think you know where you go. But the fact that we're getting this guy, I want to give my opinion on this one, because it's the same that even if he had chosen Marseille, if we had signed him at Premier League level, I'd have been like, another reclamation project. Because I remember Amiri, because I watched Germany, as a lot of you guys know. I love German international football, not the Bundesliga itself, but German international football. And he was like a wonder kid back in the day. Obviously, his career hasn't gone the way that he probably hoped it would, but at this level, at championship level, that is a signing that can make all the difference. I like him more. I keep seeing people say Pablo Hernandez. I'd say more Samu Saiz. I think he's more in that mold where he's unpredictable, but he can unlock the door. And like I said about unlocking the door, that's a big gripe for me about the last couple games. Not the Birmingham one. That could have gone either way. It should have been a point possibly, but we lost. But more the Cardiff and West Brom, all that possession, two solid banks in the championship, got nothing to aim at, can't penetrate the passes to put them through. There was nothing. You know, we got listen, I don't let me not say too much. But These are the kind of things that you need. And when you haven't got these, your team suffers. You add these in, it's a whole different ball game, people. Now I know that Buonanotte as well from Brighton has been linked. I don't know if Enciso's injury for Brighton has maybe put a kibosh in that plan to get him on loan. I would get both because there's only you can't play him for all the games. He might get injured, suspended, what have you, loss of form. Get two in, get 2 10s in. That is what we need at Leeds. It's quite obvious as well. We've been very good with possession, just not a lot being able to do with it. And listen, hopefully then it stops any more spotlights being shot on Jamie Shackleton. You know, one of those. We can actually have some highlight reels that are worth watching. You know, one of them. But yeah, so for me at championship level, this is a no-brainer. This is an absolute no-brainer. And the fact that even though he hasn't got his move to Marseille and he's still willing to come to Leeds United in the championship, it says a lot about him, and it says a lot about Daniel Farke, who you obviously had to speak to as well. So let's keep an eye out, though. Let's see if this one develops and see if he does come through the door as well. What were we saying? Romano, is there something else? Let me just check. Let me just check my my X feed, I should say, isn't it? It's X now. No, this. Oh, I don't see anything. Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yep, yep. Okay, let me go to the page then. Fair play. Shout out to you guys. Just just bear with me a second. While I'm doing this, just hit the like for me, please. Caress the like button, whichever one you like. All right. Okay, here we are. Sorry, yeah, this is a reply from somebody in Dutch to Fabrizio, who said, "Thank you, my friend, and for all the thousands of followers from Leeds. Piroe is already in that city to negotiate and is about to sign, then approve. PSV will then have a total of almost 4 million euros left over from him." Okay, very good for PSV. But yeah, so I mean, it sounds like it's pretty much done. But of course, we'll wait until it's officially done. Then we'll come back and talk about it in greater detail, of course. But yeah, sounds promising. Yeah, but yeah, Amiri, going back to him, um, that is something that I want to see done, and we need another one like him too. We need some more creators in the team. We saw that. We saw that we've got energy. We saw we got buzzing. And this is nothing against Jamie Shackleton, by the way. But when that is your spotlight and it was a minute of someone running about, it might do something for certain people. It doesn't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? I'm a baller. You know, I like to see people ball out, and someone running about using energy. That's cute and all, but as you saw in the end result, it didn't amount to much else besides energy in the midfield. You need someone to unlock the doors. You need someone to create the chances, and that's what we haven't done with all the possession. There's been a lack of chance creation, and signing these kind of players will definitely help. In regards to Lewis O'Brien and Kamara, by the way, I got nothing really on them. I mean, if they were to come, great, but there hasn't really been any solid links, has there? I don't know. I haven't seen any. I know Sky Sports have reported it, but you know, I don't know. I'll wait until there's something a bit more concrete myself. But if we were to strengthen with both Kamara and Lewis O'Brien, just think about how much better our midfield options are then. Beautiful, but let's wait and see, people. Let's wait and see. Um, yeah, O'Brien. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Tom. Running about energy should be the bare minimum of a professional footballer. Mr. Tom, it's very apt that you've just said bare minimum, because that seems to be the expectation lately. That's something that I've noticed over the past few weeks as well, with everyone leaving and everything else like that, or requesting to leave and what have you. It seems that the bare minimum is what people are asking for now, and that should never be the case. Listen, the bar has been lowered at this football club over the past couple of years, so low. You didn't think he could get any lower. Now you're getting people that say, well, if he's from Leeds or if he supports Leeds, then let's sign him. The bar's on the floor. The bar is absolutely in hell. You should never lower your standards just because of the change of the football club status. And that is not the requirements to play for Leeds United. It shouldn't be anyway. Listen, I even had, I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't know if you'd want me to say, but I had a Norwegian guy email me this week. And I'm assuming he's Norwegian just from the spelling of the name. But he even got a note from somebody on Facebook. And, shout out to you if you're still using Facebook. But he got a message from obviously a local woman in Leeds that told him, because he said something about Shackleton can't believe he's a spotlight player or something like that, and she said, "Well, go and follow your local team then. Go follow your local team. If you don't get what Shaq's is all about, then we don't need you. We don't need you at this football club or something like that." Crazy stuff. White on white racism, man. It's all mad. It's all mad. But that's what I'm saying, man. You can't lower the standards. I know we've gone down to the championship again, but this is a great shot for us to go back up. It's not over. It's nowhere near over, but we still need to get quality in. But if you're going to lower the bar just to he supports Leeds, he gets it, then we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere fast. One of those. That's what I mean. The bare minimum, it's not enough for me. Yeah, Daryl, that's it for me. Yeah. I just want the strongest team possible to compete in this league. Me too, man. 100%. Yeah, Mr. Tom, Leeds fans seem to think we're the only club that expect players to work hard. We deserve quality and effort. Yeah, that's it. Working hard, as a professional footballer has said to me, that's the bare minimum that they can give you. As long as they go out there and work hard, that's the bare minimum that they can give. That's just a given. It shouldn't be that's the headline after. Oh, we worked so hard in this game. That doesn't do it for me. Yeah, Robbie, 100% effort is minimum requirement. No problem. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so there's Amiri. So we've got Amiri out the way. I've got so many things here, people. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, Plettenberg, and then these are it's talked about in C. So sorry, I'm just clicking off my tabs as I'm going along. Okay, I'm going to go into some super chats now. Carl Brown with the super chat. Thank you. Hope you feel better soon, KJ. I thought I was feeling a lot better up until the midpoint of this stream, but thank you so much, Carl. Bob's your uncle saying we're going to pay 25% tax on all these players because we waited too long. Not my money though. Let's go overpay for a right back. I still think you will be looking for a right back. Shout out to you, Lars. You may have to buy some promethazine for that cough. Shout out to you, Lars, man. Keep partying it out in Norway, man. Prasad say, morning, KG from sunny San Jose. Thank you for Eric Carlson. Love the show, but not sure I've forgiven Penguins for stealing. There we are. I'm not sure I've forgiven Penguins for stealing Carson from us. Go Sharks. Excited with Piroe and Amiri. Some good news at last. Yeah, it's potential good news. It's potential good news as well. We just have to see them come through the door for me, because again, this is another thing, and I don't want to sound harsh here, but I don't want to be Interest FC. I don't want to be Almost FC or Nearly Signed FC. I want these players in the door. You don't get effort on this. The proof is in the pudding with the final result. So let's get these players in, and then obviously when the transfer window closes, we will get time. We will discuss it and dissect it in total. But yeah, sorry about that, Prasad. But yeah, Penguins, Eric Carson and Penguins jersey is beautiful. I'm going to get one of those jerseys too, Prasad, just to let you know. Bob saying, what do you make of Drame? You know what's funny about this? Phil did an opinion piece on Drame, and I think that's where Bob's is probably going with that. I would like him to start some games. I really would, but it's always funny when it comes to Drame when people leave comments about him, how they always seem to revert back to that thing that I mentioned before. They always talk about his attitude. It's always funny with that one, because he's shown no poor attitude while he's been here and while he's been out on loan. There's been absolutely no resemblance of it. There's been no hints of it. There's been nothing. But it's funny, isn't it, when it comes to certain players? Oh, he must have an attitude problem. But this is something that Leeds have to work out. He's literally got less than a year on his deal. He's still not playing. He has just come back from injury. If he's not playing, he will leave. It's as simple as that. And for me, it's something now I just want to move on from. I want him to stay. I want him to sign a new deal, stay. Otherwise, Leeds United need to move on from it. But because we can't keep on keeping the guy, not playing him, have people make up stuff about him as well, by the way, because he hasn't got an actual problem. I can tell you that for a fact. Okay. He just wants to play football. He just wants to play football. No. Yeah, that's all he wants to do. But if he's not getting the opportunity to do it here, he will do it elsewhere. So we just have to wait and see with that. Oh man. Oh Lord, Karen in the house. Buy some buy some lemsits for your man food. Listen, shout out to all you guys, man. You're taking care of me. What can I say? Um, yeah. All mad, all mad. Listen, Robbie, I've seen that link as well. Again, I'm not gonna go into that much like the Lewis O'Brien and Kamara one, but amazing. That would be absolutely amazing at this level. Jed Spence, it would be beautiful. He is somebody we should have got last season. The Tottenham jump, much like Joe Rodon, it was too much for Jed Spence. It was a step too far. He needed to probably take the next step, like a Palace, Leeds, somewhere like that. I would absolutely love to get him, but let's hold on. We have been linked with him, but nothing too concrete yet. Dave saying definitely got the right manager, KG. He gets this Leeds United club. He absolutely does, but he's also got the professionalism to know not to lead with passion. He knows how to be smart. Listen, he's done it before. Like he said, he's done it before with Todd Cantwell, with Buendia, where they refused to play or had their eyes on other moves. He reintegrated them back in the squad. They came back and they gave him goals and assists. He's not a stupid man. He knows what he's doing. When the play is worth it, he will give him a second chance. And he's doing that again with Gnonto. I think everyone else should follow suit, in my opinion. If you want to follow the manager, please do it. Sai saying, please don't die on this, KG. I've only just subscribed to your channel. Grand opening, grand closing. But thank you, Sai, and welcome. Famous E saying Spence would complete me. I'd be buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. I think a lot of people have probably forgotten just how dominant Jed Spence is at this level. He would kill this league. He'd rip it up. He did before. He'd do it again. And he's got even more to prove now after that whole Tottenham debacle. It'd be wonderful, but let's just see. Let's just see. You're getting me excited now. Yeah, exactly, Buey. Spencer, similar to Rodon, smashed the championship, but took that step too far. Yeah, they just jumped to clubs too big for him. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing because they back themselves. They think that, I can make a difference here. Joe Rodon's probably thinking, hey, I could replace Eric Dyer. Why not? And obviously Jed Spence, he was up against Emerson Royale, Matt Doherty, who wasn't doing too well. He would have backed himself too. So I completely understand it, but it was just a jump too far for him. Yeah, exactly. He would be perfect, but let's not get excited now. Let's not get him excited here. Ruben, City looking to drop KP, bring him back. He's not coming back to Leeds. Come on now. I think Liverpool are interested in Calvin Phillips, but I think Calvin Phillips is looking to stay. So Man City might actually have a problem there. I think that Calvin Phillips is looking to prove his worth. Hey, listen, that's a Man City problem, though, not ours. Let me just quickly go on before my voice completely runs out. This has been brilliant, man. I've missed this over the past couple of days, man. Shout out to everyone, man. I really missed it. Something else that I shared. I actually shared this on the stream where I was talking about El Ghazi, and I said that the guy I spoke to said that Cameron Archer was leaning towards Sheffield United. That one seems to be in the works, pretty much close to good as done. So Cameron Archer going to Sheffield United, 18 to 19 million. Villa getting the buyback in there as well. All done. So there's Cameron Archer. I know that a lot of people are looking at him. He's off the table. Another one that is off the table that people were mentioning is from our current opponents, Ipswich Town. Brandon Williams has joined them from Manchester United. So all of that in regards to Brandon Williams, I did always have my doubts with that one anyway, just from the whole Leeds Man United thing. I know that a lot of players don't care, but he seemingly does, just going by social media. Even though he's worked with Daniel Farke before, I don't think it would have made much difference. I don't think he could have seen himself in a Leeds shirt, to be fair. But yeah, he'll be turning out for Ipswich Town. So yeah, you know what? We're talking about Ipswich Town. I think we need to. I think we need to do a score predictions, don't we? Should we do score predictions? Yeah, I mean, Ruben here saying poor guy, man, set himself up for it. But then Kaya, yeah, poor guy, trebling his first year with City. Listen, don't feel sorry for Calvin Phillips. He would have known the task that was at hand. First of all, getting ahead of Rodri. I mean, Rodri, one of the best in the world, and it's Man City. He knew it wasn't going to be easy, but he took his chance. Listen, he's got his medals for it. He's probably he's obviously a lot better paid. I wouldn't feel sorry for him. I think he's doing okay, man. Feel sorry for us, man. We're in the mud a little here, all right? Gary saying 3-1 Leeds, NJ 3-0 Leeds, Buey 3-1 Ipswich. A&E, this is mine. 2-1 to Leeds, Gnonto winner. Yeah, I haven't got Gnonto starting, but I've got him coming off the bench and a big hole for our last minute winner, Gnonto. 2-1 to Leeds. That is my prediction too. Mr. Tom, amazing how they've gone 9 for 9. We have 2 from 9 points. Exactly. Yeah, we're actually the underdogs in this game. Can you believe that? When you think about it, I don't care what bookies are saying. They're top of the league right now. We're 19th or 20th, whichever one. They're actually like the favorites in this game. That's why recruitment is important, so we can change the narrative on that. But for me, the result already changes by Sinistera and Gnonto becoming available. These are just players that other teams don't have. And for me, I think that we're going to see them at some point in this game. That's why I'm going for a 2-1 Leeds win. I think that the Rodon-Strout partnership is working beautifully and will continue to blossom. I think those two will get very comfortable with each other. I think our midfield is running pretty well and will get better once the qualities are added. You add in Sinistera and Gnonto to that. Hey, coming back up to speed. Give me that. Give me that. Yeah, Robbie, that's a good point. Don't underestimate momentum. That's a good point. But you know what? I'm gonna back it, man. I'm gonna back it. Call me crazy. Maybe it's the flu still in my head. But no, I'm gonna say 2-1 Leeds on this one. Rutter first goal, yeah. Ruben saying, feel bad for someone else's therapeutic considering the amount of pain our club has caused us recently. Yeah, I know. You know what? I've seen people take shots and laughter at Everton's situation with a bit of their funding being pulled from them. I'm just like, wow. I, I I would get involved, but it's much like when Frank Lampard was having disaster at both Everton and Chelsea. It's kind of hard to really laugh too much when your own house isn't in order. It's kind of like a homeless person going up to a homeowner and go, you know what, you could do better with this house if you fix this. It's like, huh? So, once our house is a little bit more order, then maybe I can get involved and enjoy it a bit more. Kaya here, Somerville 90+8, tremendous. To Piroe hat trick. If he's registered in time, then I've got him getting the first goal in that game. How about that? I think he's still recovering from his injury, but another one that I want to see back. Somerville, keep Somerville, Sinistera, Gnonto. Oi. Lovely. But there's still time left. There's still just over a week left, people. So let's not count our chickens yet. Yeah, famous E. Everton, easy to laugh at, but we trade place with them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the way I look at stuff, man. They're still in the Prem, and yeah, they're not doing much, but they've still got the shot of staying in there. Whereas it seems like we've got a mountain to climb to get back there. So yeah, I just want to get our house in order before I can, laugh at anyone else, to be fair. But yeah, listen, people, I'm gonna leave it there. Listen, we could be back later with the signing of Joel Piroe. So, keep your notifications on, and thank you for sticking with me, especially during that middle bit where the coughing and the dry throat got the better of me. You guys are brilliant for sticking with me through that. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I have missed doing this over the past couple of days. It's brilliant for me to get my thoughts out and get your thoughts across as well. Please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Memberships are in the description if you want to help me out and support the channel that way too. Thank you for the support on today's super chats for the Lemsits and everything else like that. And I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.